If you're looking to get your badges grinded for fast, easy, and legit services, hit up Legend Services on Twitter. His link will be in the description.
I got digital dash camera with a art. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back in a bit with yet another video. Today I'm coming at you guys with the best point guard builds in the game. Now I wanted to do it in a rankings way, but a lot of these point guard builds are so different that I really can't even really rate them. So I did put them in order of which ones I would make first. You know what I'm saying? Which ones I think are better. But at the same time, I'm gonna just say this: you can look at these as equal. You know what I'm saying? They all are really, really good. It's just that simple. They're really, really good builds. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't go wrong making any of these. So some of these you're gonna be able to make it at the big man as a play as a big man. Some of these you're gonna really want to be able to play as a guard and stuff like that. There's a lot of different ways you're gonna be able to play with these different builds. There's a lot of different builds on this list, and I really did want to rank it, but I couldn't. But yeah, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, so first build we're gonna talk about is the pure Playmaker, the slash and Playmaker. So, it's another build on this list that's very similar to this, but you can get multiple things, Hall of Fame, badges. But for the pure Playmaker, you can actually get this build to have an 80 plus 3-pointer and be able to get contact dunks on it still. So I just want to tell people that off the rip before we go too far. So first things first, you're gonna go with the pure yellow, then whatever pie chart. Then when it came to the attributes, I made sure that I'd be able to have, I believe I had 6, 16, 29, and 6. That's the badge grades I had. Then when it came to the height, I believe I went 6'6" for the point guard. Little clue, I'm gonna be doing a shooting guard builds very soon this week too, so stay tuned for that. Then when it came to the weight, I went all the way down on the weight. Then when it came to the wingspan, I wanted to go max wingspan. Let me say that. I wanted to go max on the wingspan, but I ended up going 76 3-pointer so I can get an 80 3-pointer to get to the threshold. Because when it comes to this game, you want to be able to meet the thresholds that you want to meet so that you can be able to shoot the best. Because whether a build can shoot or not is what's going to make or break builds this year. It's just that simple. So I had to be able to make that threshold. If I could have got sharp takeover, that would have been another plus. Because in takeover, I would have had a 93 pointer. That would have been a hit. But I ended up going with slasher takeover because you can get contact dunks with slasher takeover. So I ended up making this build, and this is the slash and Playmaker build, one of the best point guard builds in the game. All right, next is going to be another really good build. This is going to be like a playmaking shot creator, but this is a playmaking shot creator the way not a lot of people are making it this way. There are people making it this way, but this is another way to make it. Now this is going to be the playmaking and shooting that doesn't get Hall of Fame playmaking badges, but you are going to get Hall of Fame shooting. You're going to be able to get, I believe I ended up getting, let me see, I got 1, 27, 19, and 6. Now, you can make this a lot of different ways. That's just what I ended up making it for this video. Then when it came to the height, I ended up going 6'3" so I can be able to speed boost off rip. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I went like 6'5", 6'4", I would have had to do a lot of extra stuff to be able to make it get to 85 ball handle so I can get the pro jump moves, because that's really what I was worried about. But I couldn't do that, so I just said I'm going to just go 6'3" so I can speed boost off rip. If you feel like doing that, that's on you. When it came to the weight and wingspan, I just made sure I had the highest speed possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, I wanted to be able to have an 86 ball handle, but then I tried to make it even with for the 3-pointer. So if I have 3-pointer at a 92, at 99, it's gonna be at a 96, so I'm beating a 95 threshold. But if somebody has Hall of Fame for general, you're gonna have a 99 3-pointer. without even having takeover. Now, the takeover you're gonna go with is sharp takeover. You could go playmaker takeover. I would go playmaker takeover so you can have like all this other stuff. I'm gonna go into that later when I go for another build that's gonna make a bigger difference with playmaker takeover. But yeah, the build comes out as a playmaking shot creator build. Another really good point guard build. You can't go wrong with any of these point guard builds on this list. I wanted to make this like a rankings video, but I'm gonna be going over pretty much just the best builds in the game at the point guard position. All right, so next is gonna kind of be like a pure sharp type build. So this is gonna be at the point guard, obviously, because these are all point guard builds. Then when it came to the pie chart, you're going to go with the all green. Then the physical, that's up to you. But then when it came to the attributes, I ended up getting 1 finishing, 30 shooting, 13 playmaking, and 6 defensive. Then when it came to the height, I actually ended up going 6'6". Weight, I tried to make sure I have a highest speed possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, I actually went max wingspan because I ended up going sharp takeover. If I didn't go sharp takeover, I would have went probably trying to get my 95.3, but I did end up going with that wingspan to be able to get that sharp takeover, and it comes out as a sharpshooter. Literally, the build is called a sharpshooter. So yeah, man, in my opinion, that's going to be the best pure sharp build. You can actually even use this as a spot up. You know what I'm saying? You can use this however you want to. You can use this as like your lock and 3 defense type of build. You know what I'm saying? Because this is gonna have a long wingspan. You at 6'6". You might be a little slow, but like you can play like if you playing 3s, you can be like the spot up. You know what I'm saying? If you playing 2s, it's going to be a little bit harder to play with this, you know what I'm saying? You can play 5v5 and be like a spot up, all different type of stuff you can play with, tinker with, and find ways to play with this build. It's going to be a really good, sharp, stretch type build in this game, especially with people being so undersized when it comes to the big man in general. All right, next. This is going to be a build that's definitely going to be utilized at the big man position. So you're going to want to play big man with this build in general. So one reason why am I making this at the point guard? At point guard, you're going to be able to get badges that you wouldn't be able to get at shooting guard, small forward, power forward, or especially center. At point guard, you're going to be able to get floor general and dimer. That's very important for helping people be able to shoot in this game. Now, shooting has gotten a lot better because every single year, people complain about shooting being so hard. They made whites easier. Now, the green window's even bigger now. And these are just 2 patches. We don't know how much easier they're going to make shooting because people are still complaining about shooting, believe it or not. But yeah, this is going to be pretty much like a defensive and finishing type build, so you're going to be able to get contest dunks and stick really good defense. When it comes to the pie chart, I ended up going with the speed and vertical. That's low-key a little pro tip for y'all boys. If you want to be glitchy on these point guard ones, you want to go with the speed and vertical. Now, people are going to be like, what about the strength? When it comes to these point guard builds, you're not going to be able to get the strength as high. Just like if you're at power forward and center, you're not going to be able to get the speed as high. It's just that simple. So if you want speed pie chart, you probably could have got this build to have 90 plus speed. But that vertical is going to be such a big deal when it comes to getting rebounds that you're going to want to go with that vertical. I'm going to just say that right now. Then when it came to the attributes, so for the attributes, we ended up getting 25 finishing, 1 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 22 defensive rebound badges. Then when it came to the height, I ended up going 6'8". You can go 6'7". You know what I'm saying? That's what I usually do. But for video purposes, I did go 6'8". Then when it came to the weight, I made sure to get my speed and acceleration as high as possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, I did go max wingspan so I can get all my defensive stuff going up as much as possible and my finishing going up as much as possible. That ended up giving me a 94 finishing, and I'm not even a pure slasher. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to lie to you, K. That's kind of ridiculous. But yeah. All right, next we got another build that's going to be a build that you can actually be able to play with at the big man. And if you're making this build, you're going to want to play it as a big man type role. So the way you're going to make it is going to be at the point guard, obviously. Then when it came to the pie chart, you're going to go with the all red pie chart. Then when it came to the physical profile, again, you're going to go with the physical profile for the speed and vertical. That's just going to be a pro tip. Just going to say that for the people. If you don't want to do that, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Then when it came to the attributes, the badge upgrades I ended up coming out with was 15, 1, 9, and 30. The 30 defensive rebound badges is actually a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Then when it came to the height, I did go 6'8". That's like, if you picking up by now, we pretty much past 2 weeks being in the game, man. 6'8" is like the meta big man height right now. 6'7" is kind of glitchy on point guard, though. I'm just going to throw that out there also. Then when it came to the weight, I tried to make sure I had the highest speed possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, I went max wingspan so I can be able to have all this other stuff. So the reason why I would say this build, and I can actually rank these last 2 builds, I think this build is better than the last one because you can still get contact dunks while still having all that crazy defensive stats and rebounds. Like, look how much higher your defensive stats gonna be on this build, especially at 99. You know what I'm saying? You got a 97 defensive rebound, a 95 offensive rebound, a 96 block, a 91 steal, a 91 lateral quickness, a 91 perimeter defense. Like, and this is all at 6'8". So I'm gonna just say that you can even get your physicals up to a 90 speed, up to a, you know what I'm saying? You know that you get the gist by now. And then when it comes to the takeover, I would go slasher takeover on both of these. It's just that simple. I don't even know if I say what takeover I would go with. Only takeover I would even go besides slasher on these two is glass in your takeover, because you really want to get that plus 10 to strength and vertical. You know what I'm saying? And with slasher takeover on these two builds, are going to be very glitchy, because you're going to be getting stuff like speed with ball handle that you really shouldn't be able to get. And you're going to be getting a lot of playmaking badges so you can get quick first step, dimer, and floor general, because you are at point guard. So yeah, that's just a really glitchy build, pro tip type build for the people that's really looking for a build that they just don't know yet. All right, next, this is gonna be pretty much like my build, but this is at the point guard position. So in my opinion, it's not the best version of it, but this is the best point guard version of it in my opinion. Now, before I go too far, I just want to show y'all, I went into 2K and made all these builds specifically for this video and made it to the best of their ability. So if y'all haven't liked already, please do drop a like. It's that simple. But yeah, for the build, the way you want to make it, you're gonna go with the pie chart for the playmaking and finishing. I did go speed pie chart. Then when it came to the attributes, I ended up coming out with 19 finishing, 23 playmaking, 11 shooting, and 6 defensive. That's the only change I would make on my build. I would try to get more shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's the only change I would make on my build. On my build, I didn't end up getting nearly as much certain attributes, I don't think, or not attributes, but badge upgrades. But I actually did end up getting like certain attributes that I really wanted. So that's really why my build came out to be the way it is. But I do wish I did go with more shooting badges. I'm not gonna lie, that would really be a big help. Then when it came to the height you want to go with on this build, you want to go 6'5". Weight, you want to make sure you got the highest speed possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, you want to make sure that you have a 66 3-pointer so you can get to a 70 3-pointer, and you want to be able to have an 85 drive and dunk. So you want to go with 84.2 wingspan. Then the takeover, that's going to be completely up to you. I went slasher takeover off rip. I went shot creator takeover. Think I was going to get plus 10 to your 3-pointer. You don't get that this year. So I would go slasher takeover. Contact dunk tendency is ridiculous, especially with takeover. So I just want to throw that out there. And then, yeah, we got the build coming out as a slash and playmaker. So yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the best way to make that at the point guard position. By the way, I'm gonna be making dedicated videos to this to go in way more detail. So if you want me to be going in more detail, slow down and stuff like that, I am gonna be making videos specifically for this. But for video purposes, you just gonna have to pause or slow down the video, stuff like that, because I don't want this video to be too long. It's that simple. But this is gonna be pretty much one of the most underrated guard positions or builds in the game. It's just that simple. Not even just point guard, just in general. It's going to be called a slasher. Note that it's called a slasher. So the way you make it, you're gonna go with shooting and finishing, but you're only gonna get finishing Hall of Fame. Pie chart, you're gonna go with the speed pie chart so you can have the highest speed. Then when it came to the attributes, you're gonna come out with 17, 17, 15, and 5. Very glitchy, I'm just say that. Then when it came to the height, you want to go 6'4". Weight, you want to make sure to be as fast as possible with the highest acceleration possible. Then when it came to the wingspan, you want to make a perfect wingspan to be able to get a certain takeover, and you're gonna go with 82.2 wingspan. And then you're gonna go with sharp takeover, and that's gonna be getting you plus 10 to 3 in takeover. And that's very important on any build except for a certain build, which we're gonna go over later. But yeah, for builds like this that don't have like a 93-pointer plus already, you want to put sharp takeover on that every single time this year, because the sharp rating or the shooting rating with the tiers and thresholds and stuff like that is so important to reach tiers and thresholds. So you really want to be able to get that sharp takeover. If you can't, it's kind of an L sometimes. So yeah, that's going to be the slasher build, and it's actually kind of even more glitchy because the build is called a slasher and you have sharp takeover. So people are like, how the hell am I supposed to guard this? Because you can even speed boost. So yeah, at 99, this might be the best build at 99. I'm not gonna lie, out of all the builds on this list. But yeah, that's going to be the slasher build. All right, for the last two, I'm gonna be dropping videos for these. There's going to be the best big man build in the game, in my opinion. So let me show you guys how to make it. So the way you want to make it is you're gonna actually go with the yellow and red. Yellow and red got nerfed a lot for guards, so you're not gonna really be able to get contact dunks, shoot on it, speed boost, and lock up no more. You're gonna have to either not gonna be able to get contact dunks, or you're not gonna be able to shoot on it. So you gotta really realize that. So what I just did was, if I'm not gonna be able to shoot on it, I'm not even gonna put no shooting to it. I'm gonna make it like a big man because it's very important to be able to get floor general. And this is a big man build that can get Hall of Fame floor general and Hall of Fame dimer with Hall of Fame quick first step and be able to speed boost and take over at 99. Glitchy. It's just that simple. It's very glitchy. It's very glitchy. So stay tuned. So the way we made it for the attributes, you're gonna get 14 1 shooting, 16 playmaking, and 23 defensive rebound. So you actually, to be honest, you actually could have went with just 20 playmaking. You could have went with 12 playmaking because you really don't need anything but floor general, dimer, and quick first step because you're not using this as the main dribbler. Now, the only reason I ended up just going with 16 because you can't get no more finishing. You know what I'm saying? I really only went down to 16 because I wanted to be able to have as many finishing as possible on this build because this is a build that you're going to be using as a big man. So you really need to be mainly focused on defensive rebounding and finishing. So the 16 playmaking is just extra. Anything after 12 playmaking is just extra because you only really making it like this for floor general and dimer Hall of Fame with the quick first step Hall of Fame. So we can now either put that on Unpluckable Hall of Fame or Handles for Days Hall of Fame. It really depends on you. Then when it came to the height I ended up going with on this joint ended up being 6'8". You can go 6'7". I went 6'8". If you go 6'7", it's gonna be a little bit more balanced in terms of like the regular like defense and stuff like that. But I went 6'8" to be able to have a higher rebound. That's just me. Then when it came to the weight, I did go as low as possible to have the highest speed possible. Now, if you haven't realized, I went speed and vertical pie chart on this so I can have the highest vertical and speed possible. But if you end up going with the speed pie chart, it's probably a better build in general because you're gonna have a way higher speed, and the hit on vertical for the speed pie chart isn't that big of a deal on this game. So I feel like the speed just makes it that much better. And then for the wingspan, I ended up going max wingspan so I can have the highest rebound possible, and that's gonna actually get me to a 90 plus rebound at 99. I might actually even be able to get contact dunks on this build at 99. And at 99, I have a 74 ball handle. Keep that in mind. 74 ball handle with an 82 speed. Keep that in mind. And that speed can go up to a 90 because you can get that +4 for 99 and gym rat badge. So keep that in mind. So that's 90 with 74 ball handle. So you're going to be very close to people to speed boosting off rip, like at 95. That's not even just at 99, you know what I'm saying? Then when it came to the takeover, this is why you're going to be with the speed boost. You're going to go with the takeover that's going to get you not only stuff for big men like +10 to strength, +10 to vertical that you can't really get on anything else besides glassing your takeover. If you want the proof, you can go to my takeover video and I'll show you that. But you also going to be getting stuff like +10 to speed with ball handle, speed, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and the build comes out as a rebounding point. Very good build. Very underrated big man build. In my opinion, it's the best one. But yeah. And all right, last but not least, I'm going to be uploading a video dedicated to this. Also, this is going to be pretty much like the best build in the game, the most popular build in the game, whatever you want to call it. You already know what it is, the Playmaking shot creator. So the way you make it is going to be yellow and green, both Hall of Fame. I went speed pie chart, but that's up to you. Then when it came to the attributes, I was trying to test some stuff out, but I ended up just going with 1, 25, 24, and 6. I wanted to be able to have the highest dunk possible and driving layup possible while still having as much on shooting and playmaking, because you want to get as many badges as possible on shooting for sure. And when they start actually being able to, people take ankles in this next patch, you're going to want playmaking badges. It's that simple. So, yeah, that's what I ended up going with. Then when it came to the height, I ended up going 6'5". Very glitchy. If you really look at it, from 6'3" to 6'5", or even from 6'2" to 6'5", pretty much a lot of the attributes aren't really changing that much, but like speed. And you can get the speed back by going down in weight. So that's on you. I go 6'5" with minimum weight pretty much, and just making sure I had the highest speed possible. That's really the main thing. Then when it came to the wingspan, I went minimum wingspan to be able to have that 91 3-pointer, because I'm going to get +4. That's going to be 95 off rip. Off rip. 95 3-pointer off rip at 99. I'm going to have a 85 ball handle, but you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to do like momentum and stuff off rip at 95, you know what I'm saying? But just think about it, at 99, that's an 89. So, yeah. And then when it came to the takeover, I chose Playmaker takeover because that's going to get you, you look back at the attributes I just showed you guys, you're going to have a 95, 99. So you're going to have a 99 3, a 99 mid-range, a 99 ball handle, a 99 pass accuracy, 99 speed with ball, 99 speed, all the above, man. So in takeover, you're going to be pretty much the definition of 2K21, what they want you to do. So yeah, that's going to be just that crazy of a build at 99. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of this video. That was the best point guard builds in NBA 2K21. I didn't really ask that this much, but please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, man. We got more videos coming out every single day. Turn on post notifications the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm about to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.
Yo, we back again with another giveaway on the channel. This is going to be the third NBA 2K21 giveaway for the current gen. This is going to be the last one for current gen, but this one is going to actually last a month long. This is going to be ending on October 11th. Now, to enter, all you got to do is pretty much be finding this on Twitter or IG. Do all the instructions. You can even do bonus entries, which is going to be consistent of pretty much like following me and stuff like that. But yeah, it's very, very simple giveaway. I'm actually teaming up with a corporation called Vast, so they're really helping me do this to really much reach it out to as many people as possible, because this is going to be the last giveaway of current gen. I might do some more in the future if this does well for like next gen. I've been thinking about doing a console giveaway, thinking about doing game giveaways for next gen, so depending on how well this does, we might do that. But yeah, man, for this giveaway, we are going to be giving away a copy of NBA 2K21 for the Xbox One or the PS4. And we're going to be giving away a controller for whatever console of choice. So yeah, man, all I'm going to say is enter that while you can. And yeah, it does end on October 11th. So yeah, man, go ahead, enter that.